Hello everyone, how are you today? Welcome to a new lesson, 3E, Listen and Speak. As usual, we will start with the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to 1. Locate specific information after listening carefully to a conversation. 2. Role-play a conversation after using responding to good and bad news phrases correctly. Ready to start? In this starter activity, you will categorize the event into good news or bad news. The events are make an accident, pass an exam, lost the wallet, buy a car. So grade 8, any idea? What are the good news? Good job! Pass an exam, buy a car. What about the bad news? Excellent! Make an accident and lost the wallet. What about you, grade 8? What is the best news you've ever received? Think about the different good news in your life, like passing an exam or winning a prize. Let us read now a possible answer. It was about 3 days ago. My PE teacher told me that I would take part in the swimming competition. I was excited and proud of myself. And when was the last time you received some bad news? What was it? Example of bad news: failing an exam or making a car accident. So, you could answer by yesterday, when I learned that I didn't do well on my history exam. You're going to listen now to a dialogue between a boy and his sister. What is the girl's good news and what is her bad news? Wiley, grade 8. How are you going to differentiate if the girl is giving good news or bad news? First, check the voice tone of the girl. Then, ask yourself, does she seem excited and happy or serious and upset while she's giving the news? Listen and check, please.
3E. 1. Listen. B. Listen to a dialogue between a boy and his sister. What is the girl's good news and what is her bad news?
Hey Alice, where have you been? You were supposed to meet me here 15 minutes ago.
Well, I was checking my exam results.
Oh, and?
There's good news and bad news.
Good news first.
I passed the biology exam.
You're kidding.
Nope. I'm so glad I didn't fail. I studied so hard.
Well done. I'm happy for you.
But
Why does there always have to be a but?
I saw Mrs. Brams and she told me that I had to do the project on vitamins again if I want a good mark for the whole year.
That's too bad.
Mrs. Brams thinks I could do better.
Listen, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Thanks, Martin.
What do you think, grade 8? What is the girl's good news? Good job! She passed her biology exam. What about the bad news? Amazing! She has to do the project on vitamins again. You will listen for the second time to locate specific information. Which of the following phrases does the boy use to respond to his sister's news? Let us read the phrases. You're kidding. Congratulations. Well done. I'm happy for you. I'm sorry to hear that. That's too bad. Let me know if there is anything I can do to help. And cheer up. You're going to listen and tick the correct phrases. Listen, please.
C. Listen again. Which of the following phrases does the boy use to respond to his sister's news? Tick.
Hey Alice, where have you been? You were supposed to meet me here 15 minutes ago.
Well, I was checking my exam results.
Oh, and?
There's good news and bad news.
Good news first.
I passed the biology exam.
You're kidding.
Nope. I'm so glad I didn't fail. I studied so hard.
Well done. I'm happy for you.
But
Why does there always have to be a but?
I saw Mrs. Brams and she told me that I had to do the project on vitamins again if I want a good mark for the whole year.
That's too bad.
Mrs. Brams thinks I could do better.
Listen, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Thanks, Martin.
Well, which of the following phrases does the boy use to respond to his sister's news? Excellent. You're kidding? Well done. I'm happy for you. That's too bad. And finally, let me know if there is anything I can do to help. As we know now, the girl has to do a science project to get a good mark. So, how would you help the girl? What would you do if you were in the boy's place? A possible answer? I would give some suggestions on how to do the project on vitamins so that my sister could get a better mark. We will continue our lesson with the speaking activity. You will read the grade 8 phrases used to respond to good news and bad news. Bear in mind that 4 of these phrases are used to respond to good news and bad news at the same time. Let us read the phrases first and then we will decide. Responding to good news. Are you serious? Congratulations! I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad to hear that. Good for you. Well done. What wonderful news. What a surprise. How exciting or nice. Unbelievable. You're kidding. That's the last thing I expected. Responding to bad news and expressing sympathy. Poor you. You poor thing. That's so bad. That's too bad. That's a shame or pity. What a shame or pity. How awful or terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything I can do to help? Let me know if there is anything I can do. And finally, cheer up. Look on the bright side. Well, can you guess now what are the 4 phrases that are used to respond to good and bad news at the same time? Good job! Are you serious? Unbelievable! You're kidding? And that's the last thing I expected. Time to practice. You're going to read the below phrases and write T if the phrase is true and F if it is false. Pay attention in grade 8 to my voice tone and intonation while I'm reading the phrases. 1. The phrase, "You're kidding," is used to respond to bad news. Excellent. False. It is used to respond to good news. 2. The phrase, "I'm sorry to hear that," is used to respond to bad news. Very good. True. 3. The phrase, "You poor thing," is used to respond to bad news. Well done. True. And finally, the phrase, "What a shame," is used to respond to good news. Good job. False. It is used to respond to bad news. You're going to classify now the following phrases into responding to good news or responding to bad news. The phrases are, that's so bad, what a surprise, well done, and how terrible. What do you think, grade 8? Which of the following phrases are used to respond to good news? Excellent. Well done. And what a surprise. What about the bad news? Amazing. That's so bad. And how terrible. What is our speaking topic? Well, it is a role play and you're going to talk in pairs. Student A, imagine you have some good and bad news to tell student B. Use some of the ideas below on your own. Examples of good news. You passed an exam. You won something. You bought something. You went somewhere interesting. And finally, you took up a new activity. Examples of bad news. You failed an exam. You had an argument with a friend. You lost something. You had an accident. And finally, the team you play in lost the game. What will student B do? He will listen to student A's news and respond, show interest or express sympathy. Let me share with you some tips. When you give good news, always grade 8, raise your voice tone to show excitement. On the opposite, your tone becomes low when you express sympathy or respond to bad news. Don't forget, when someone is talking, show that you are following what they are saying. Show that you are interested. You can use the following phrases. Really? No. No way. Oh, I see. I will read now a sample, but I want you to pay attention to my voice tone and intonation while I'm reading. Hi, Brian. Guess what? I took up judo. Really? Did you? You wanted to start something new. When did you start? I started last week and I am excited. Well done! I'm so happy for you. So, are you practicing today? Unfortunately, I have to study for my geography test. But your geography test was 3 days ago. Yes, but I failed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So, what are you going to do now? Mr. Adams told me that I can take the exam again tomorrow. You have to study hard. Listen, let me know if there is anything I can do. You know, I'm good at geography. Thanks, Brian. So, grade 8. The good news is Brian took up judo classes. And the bad news is Brian failed his geography exam. Finally, you will respond to the following events by using good or bad news phrases. The first event, we made a car accident. This is a bad news, of course. So, how would you respond? Well done. That's so bad. Let us check now this event. I passed my driving test. So, this is a good news. How would you respond? Amazing! Congratulations! And finally, I lost my wallet. This is a bad news. So, you could respond by poor you. That brings us to the end of our lesson. Many thanks to you and see you soon.